All right, welcome back everybody for a Bitcoin update. We'll break down the chart, take a look at the price action. This is Crypto Rolly, the crypto watch that never stops. Live technical analysis, price predictions, and trading. Remember, these are my own ideas and opinions on the market. Do your own research, trade at your own risk. Welcome back everybody. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, tick the bell for notifications. Let's just jump right into it. We're looking at the market. The market's slightly down here, negative 2% on Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. The volume's pretty low for a weekday, under a billion. Tether is up. Chainlink is up as well, okay? Seems like, we've mentioned this before. Chainlink might be the new BNB. Before, when the rest of the market was dropping, BNB, that's the Binance coin, used to rise. Well, now we're seeing the same thing with Chainlink. Chainlink might be the hedge, okay? So keep that in mind if you're interested in that. Chainlink up 7%. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we're still hanging down here in a little bit of fear, 38. And then we have the block halving in 69 days. All right. I saw this today. Bitcoin gets showtime on major Netflix show Altered Carbon. I watched season 1. Season 2 just came out. I haven't started it yet, but I definitely will. And now that I see Bitcoin's mentioned in it, I definitely want to check it out. It says the prices were a little off. They didn't maybe do their complete research on prices, but it had mentioned Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, Zcash, and DCR. I don't know, Decred. So I don't know, cool to see. You know, the other week we were talking about the Simpsons were in, the Simpsons were talking about Bitcoin. So it's good to see it, you know, on the tip of the tongue of basically just, you know, regular everyday people. Maybe they don't own Bitcoin, but the more they hear about it, it's going to be in their subconscious. And when Bitcoin starts taking off, they'll be ready to FOMO in because they know they missed out on that 20K run. They're not going to want to miss out this time. All right, let's keep it moving. Going to the charts real quick. I do want to announce I just started a brand new Discord group. It's going to be a membership group where I share exclusive videos, exclusive content, charts. You know, I'm there available for Q&A. It's a great opportunity to learn how to trade. If you do want to learn how to margin, I will help you. I got a Bybit referral down in the info section below. And yeah, I'm giving 24-hour free trial. So if you're interested, contact me on Twitter at CryptoRolly. All right, so we're going to keep moving. Real quick, you know, I wanted to take a look at SPY just real quick. I never look at stocks on here, but, you know, there's just something very interesting to look at. Let's go to our traditional markets. Hold on. For some reason it's freezing up on me. That's not good. All right, let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Going over to, there we go. Going over to SPY. So look at this chart. So we had a big drop off in the stock market. There was, you know, the big scare that, you know, coronavirus is spreading. And it, you know, today I heard there were 6 deaths in Washington. So, you know, it is a very serious thing that's happening. So the global markets might be a little tense right now. We saw we had the drop off, and we also had a drop off in Bitcoin. Well, then we had our rally in Bitcoin yesterday, and so did the S&P 500. And then, you know, we saw on Bitcoin how we got a little bit of a rejection. Where was it? It was like, I'll have to check, 89.50, I think. For some reason this is slow on me. Let's just reload it. So yeah, yesterday we had that little bit of a rally, and then we were rejected around 89.50, and it looks like SPY also saw a rejection. Okay, so we'll look at Bitcoin real quick, and you can, if we go to the 1 hour, you can see how yesterday we had this rally to break out of this little falling wedge or channel, whatever you want to call it. We did have a breakout, and then we had a little bit of rejection, and we've been coming down ever since. And if you look at SPY, you can see the same thing happen, basically. A nice little rally yesterday. So basically, as of the past couple days, the S&P 500 and Bitcoin have been correlated. Okay, so I was watching a video yesterday, and he was talking about how Bitcoin is not a hedge against traditional markets, as some may believe, but he was pointing out that Bitcoin is a risk-on asset. So when the stock market is doing well, people are willing to get risky and put some money in Bitcoin. But when the stock market is crashing, people aren't like, hey, let's just move it over to something safer like Bitcoin. No, they think Bitcoin is just as risky, if not more risky. So maybe it is not a safe haven asset like gold. But then sometimes we see a correlation between gold and Bitcoin. So I don't know. I just wanted to point that out. You can draw your own conclusions. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about that. Okay, guys? So let's just keep moving. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart. And let's break it down like usual. All right. So basically we can go out to the weekly. Let's take a look at the weekly. So the weekly, we were looking at a potential cross down here. But, if price starts to rebound, this little guy here will curl back up. Something like this, how it looked like it wanted to cross, and then it actually bounced off of the red one here. So we're keeping an eye on the weekly stochastics. And if we look at our moving averages, this was pretty scary to see, that the weekly candle did close beneath the yellow 21 EMA because, in this bull run here, all the way to 20K, we had some dips below the yellow 21 EMA on the weekly, but we always closed back above it. So for us to close beneath it is kind of a scary sign, but it doesn't mean everything. It's just something to look at, okay? You do have resistance, though, on the yellow 21 EMA at 87.40. Your support, if we get rejected, would be the 50 EMA on the weekly at 82.60, okay? If we look at the Bollinger Bands, we can see that we did find support on the middle BB. I don't know what that noise is behind me. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. But, all right, we'll keep moving. Hey, it's live. We're just going to roll with the punches. So we did bounce off the middle BB and finding support there at 84.80, okay? Going to the Ichimoku clouds. Looked like we're trying to get back into the cloud, but finding some rejection. You have the top of this... the bottom of the cloud is going to be 87.33, and the price is 87.32. So we're trying to get back in there. We'll have to see how this weekly candle closes. Now, if we close beneath this blue conversion line at 84.62, that's going to not be a good sign, guys. Okay. So we need to get back into this cloud, and we need to eventually break out of the cloud. You can see we found resistance there. Let's keep moving. Going to the daily. If we take a look at the daily, we did find support on the bottom of this Ichimoku cloud. We do have a green Ichimoku cloud on the daily. That should be bullish, after breaking through the red resistance cloud. So if we can find support here, maybe we do dip down and then find support again. So we want to see us stay on the outside of this cloud. If we break beneath it, not going to be a good sign. This will end up closing and maybe even form a red cloud, okay? But we are flirting with the pink baseline. The pink baseline is at 88.78. We are currently beneath it. We need to get back above it. Looking at the daily Stokes, the Stokes are pretty low, and I was, potentially looking for maybe a bounce would, here, and we still could see a bounce considering how low the Stokes are, but they haven't had an aggressive rise yet. So, this might just hang out down low if we can't find a real bounce or a real volume to push price up. Your RSI, though, has gotten low, and if we are in an uptrend, possibly, this is the bottom. You can see how we had, each one like a low here, a higher low, a higher low, higher low. Now, if this... It sounds like some major airplanes flying above me. Okay, so you can see that if this can be a higher low than this, and then we continue up, that could be a good sign. But guys, this looks like a falling channel on the RSI. We need to break this downtrend. Otherwise, you may continue back down to the oversold area on the daily, okay? But this could be, look, you're looking at the Ichimoku here, possible bounce. The Stokes are low, the RSI is low. If we break that, we could, make another attempt up. We'll have to, monitor this. Looking at the Bollinger Bands, look at the Bollinger Bands. We did bounce off the bottom band here, kind of floating through the middle. Your middle BB is going to be resistance all the way at 94.39. We'll just have to keep our eye on this. Nothing fantastic or spectacular to look at there. Now, this is the big one, the moving averages on the daily. So we did close yesterday's candle back above the pink 200 simple, back above the green 200 EMA, above the red 100 EMA. This was a very bullish engulfing candle, but we got rejected at that, horizontal 89.50. I'll show you maybe a little closer on the 4 hour. So basically we got almost 2 hours till the daily close. I want to see us close above the pink 200 simple. The pink 200 simple's at 87.26, price is at 87.32. We did wick below, but currently above. We'll have to see what happens. We might have some sideways ranging here going on. So this would be a good step to get back above. So we had a little bit of a breakout. Now we're retesting it. And if we could bounce off of this 200 simple, that would be great to see. But you're going to have this blue 10 simple coming down at 89.94 resistance, okay? Let's keep moving. Let's go to the 12 hour. On the 12 hour, you have this yellow 21 EMA resistance around 9,000, similar to that blue 10 simple on the daily. And we want, to find support here. The blue 10 simple here is at like 86.96. We want to get above the 200 EMA, which is at 88.22, but could provide resistance. Looking at our Stokes, the Stokes have been low for a while as well. No real solid momentum, but if we could get a nice cross up, some volume to push this up, you could finally, if we get a move this way, your Stokes will start moving up that way as well. But they haven't had any real momentum behind them, okay? And I think that's all I have to say as far as the moving averages there. We can look just real quick at our Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Band, you do have resistance coming in the middle BB, 9,037, that 9,000 region we were talking about. And our Ichimoku cloud, we are still in the 12-hour Ichimoku cloud, finding support along here. So if we do find a bounce, your blue conversion line will be resistance at 92.18. Let's go down to the 4 hour. If we go to the 4 hour, we are finding support on the blue conversion line. So this is possibly why price is still holding up at this price as well, lining up with a few other indicators on different time frames. You did have this Stoke cross down. This is a bit of a lagging indicator. So if you waited till here, you already kind of missed the move. But I was prepared for this move. I saw that the Stokes were getting high, had not crossed yet. And most importantly, if you go let's look at some drawing tools. We had a horizontal resistance here. This was the top. This is about 89.50, the top of this candle here. And I was expecting some horizontal resistance. So with the Stoke on the 4 hour getting high, hitting the horizontal resistance, it was worth a short trade. I took that for my group members. We've already taken our profit from, I took a 89.42, closed around 87.50. That was last night. Wanted to take my profits because I saw some support here. If you look at let's go to our moving averages. If you looked at the moving averages, yeah, I took our profit here because we had the yellow 21 EMA support. We did close beneath the yellow 21 EMA, but we didn't see that continuation down. So currently I'm flat, kind of waiting to see how the daily candle finishes up. We could potentially end up closing back above the yellow 21 EMA. But yeah, we did see that close beneath, but did not get a dump. Now, going back to my drawing tools, because you can see, the 50 EMA will be resistance now at 89.22, and you do have resistance on the yellow 21 EMA at 87.57, okay? So, but going over to the drawing tools, this horizontal funny enough, is not just my drawing tool. This horizontal is the 0.382 Fibonacci. If you draw swing low to swing high on the Fibonacci, your 0.382 was coming right here and acted as perfect resistance. We did bounce off the 0.5, which was a good place to get a bounce after a retracement. And I had mentioned earlier that we could potentially form a range between the 0.5 and the 0.382, and that is what we are seeing. Now, if we are able to regain 89.50, get back above the 0.382, you do have this horizontal 91.50. That was resistance, flipped support. We broke right through it. If we come back up and retest it, it probably will be resistance again. However, if we are able to break above 91.50, your next level will be 95.50. This is the horizontal that goes all the way back. Support, flipped resistance, resistance again, flipped it as support, then broke it. So, you're going to have resistance here, you're going to have resistance here. But you break this level, I think we'll definitely go for this one, break that one, and looking pretty bullish, I would say, if we are able to get above these guys. Pretty bullish to get back above here, and then if you can get this one, even more so. And you can see the 0.236 fib is lining exactly up with the 95.50 as well. It's funny how these just play out down the road, okay? Now, if we close beneath here, which is around what, 8,500. Let me get in a little closer. Let's take a look. So right here we had a bit of I would say like 8,500-ish. It was looking like a potential descending triangle. You had this downward trend line here, and you had a flat line of support right here. So it did look like a descending triangle. Most often descending triangles, 60 to 70% do break down. We did have an attempt to break down here, but it was low volume and was basically a fake out or a false breakout. And then once we broke above this descending trend line, I actually also took a long for my group, and we took that long from here to here. Okay, so my point is, if we do work our way back down to 8,500, you may find support again. But if you start closing a couple of hour candles beneath 8,500, you're going to start looking down lower. So where would we look lower? We looked at our upper targets to beat. Now the next one I see here would be 8220, 8200. Basically, you had some resistance, flip support. But then more importantly, the 8,000 area, the 0.618 golden retracement at 8,000. And you know what? By the time, if we do come down to the 0.618, by the time we get there, you would also be probably lining up with this purple trend line. If you zoom out, you see that this trend line came support, support, support. So we could see this act as support again. Okay, so there you have it. That's the Bitcoin chart. Look at some altcoins real quick. Hit that like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Support your boy Crypto Rolly. Let's go straight to Link, because Link is the only coin performing well today. Let's look. We're on the Coinbase chart. That's fine for right now. Let's go into the 4-hour, see what we can see. So yesterday, so we had this little bit of a double top yesterday. Yesterday here, I put a chart in my Discord group. I said a bit of a double top, but if we can find some support above it, you might have a breakout. And that's looking like what has happened. And the thing is, it is acting as a bit of a hedge, which is interesting. But with the altcoins, potentially going to dump really hard if Bitcoin dumps. And you can see Link did fall during, the sell-off. Link did fall. I'm not jumping into any altcoins right now. If Bitcoin starts looking more bullish and you start to see altcoins start to move, I'll look at altcoin trades. Until then, I am staying out of altcoins. I will stick to margin trading Bitcoin. You can short, you can long. I have plenty of options. Yeah, we have a 7% move on Link, but using 10x leverage, I hit 10-20%, on a daily basis. So I'm not too worried about missing a 7% move on an altcoin. They are pretty dangerous and risky at the moment. Okay, guys. So anyways, let's just look at the moving averages here. It is finding support above all moving averages on the 4-hour. Your Stokes are getting pretty high, so will they just stay in this region or cross back down? Taking a look at the daily had a nice cross up on the stochastics. And you're above all moving averages, and but currently this would be a lower high. If you did get rejected, you do have a high and a lower high, so you're going to want to see possibly let's just draw a line right here. So at the top of this area, using the candle bodies on the daily, you're going to want to break that. You're going to want to get a daily candle close above. You can see we wicked above it, but if you get a daily candle close above there, that could be a signal for new all-time highs on Link, okay? So let's keep it moving real quick. XRP, let's see what we see. XRP daily beneath all moving averages. This one's got some proving to do. Your Stokes are pretty low, just like Bitcoin. So, if Bitcoin does start moving up, I'm sure XRP will do the same, okay? Looking at Tezos. Tezos, has been very good, but not performing as well as Link. Tezos also low on the Stokes. A lot of these coins look pretty similar, but still, we've been going over this for several days, still stuck beneath the yellow 21 EMA. Now your blue 10 simple might even cross beneath the yellow 21 EMA on the daily. That could be bearish and add more pressure coming down. So we need to get a daily close above the yellow 21 EMA on Tezos at $2.86, okay? Litecoin, ugly chart. Okay. Beneath the 200 EMA on the daily, but above the 200 simple. Basically, on this one, I would just be looking to see what the rest of the market does. Nothing special to say. Stokes low, okay, just like everyone else. And finally, Ethereum. This one looks a lot like Tezos, still stuck beneath the yellow 21 EMA, but finding support on the 50 EMA. Your 50 EMA is at 216, yellow 21 EMA at 235, price right in the middle at 223. Your Stokes are pretty low. You also have this little falling channel on Ethereum. So can the whole market get a cross up on the daily Stokes, break the falling channel? It's still possible. It is still possible. But if this daily close on the Bitcoin chart closes beneath the pink 200 simple at 87.27 after closing back above it, closing back beneath it, it's not very strong, very indecisive. If you start, you lose that level, close back again beneath the green 200 EMA at 8600, you have this 377 around 8160. All right, we have mentioned 8150. One level at a time, guys. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.